At the beginning of the movie, we see Bricke torturing a man named France. He burns France by forcing a lit cigarette into his mouth. His hands and legs are tied, and Bricke throws him into a tub filled with kerosene. After this, we learn that Bricke has killed every member of France's group. As soon as Bricke walks out of the building, a massive explosion erupts from France's room. Throughout the movie, many scenes are shown out of order, but I'll tell you the entire story in a clean, linear way. We learned that crime in America had increased drastically. To control this crisis, the government introduced a new method. A microchip was implanted inside everyone's brain. This chip allowed the headquarters to stop any person from committing a crime. If someone was just about to commit one, the headquarters could freeze the criminal on the spot. This system was called the API system. Because robberies were increasing, banks had API devices installed. If anyone approached a bank with the intention of robbery, the system released a signal wave that instantly froze them. Next, we see Bricke killing a few more people, including Max and his gang members. We later learn why he did that. Bricke and his brother Roy used to run a robbery gang together. But after the API system arrived, their robbery business started collapsing. They planned one big robbery with financial support from a gangster group called the Domino family. With their support, Bricke, Roy, and their team attempted a bank robbery. But because of the API system, everything went wrong. One of their team members died during the robbery, and though they somehow managed to escape, all the money stayed inside the bank. Bricke lied to the Domino family, claiming that the money was still in the vault. But Bricke actually had all the stolen money hidden. France and Max, two members of Bricke's group, leaked the truth to the Domino family. That's why Bricke had killed them in the beginning of the movie. After learning this truth, the Domino family began hunting Bricke, forcing him to go underground. Meanwhile, Roy gets caught by police. In prison, Roy is brutally tortured and eventually dies. When Bricke learns this, he breaks down emotionally. Enraged and devastated, he kills France and Max. After this, Bricke decides to end his own life. He buys a deadly neurotoxic drug from a random dealer. Just when he is about to take it, a woman named Shelby approaches him. She gets close to him, and Bricke, being attracted to her, follows her into the bathroom where they get intimate. After this moment, a man named Kevin arrives to meet Bricke. Kevin reveals that he was in prison with Roy. Both of them were tortured. Roy died when the officers tested a prototype API signal on them. But the most shocking thing for Bricke is learning that Shelby is actually Kevin's fiancée. Kevin and Shelby were about to get married. Bricke has no idea why Shelby was with him. With the API system now active, every gangster in America wanted to flee to Canada because the API technology wasn't installed there. But the Canadian border was heavily secured, and most criminals trying to cross were being killed. Kevin tells Bricke about his plan. They will execute America's biggest robbery, worth nearly $1 billion, and then escape to Canada to live their dream life. Kevin needs Bricke's help because Bricke is an expert robber. Bricke refuses at first, but eventually agrees. To succeed, they must jam the API signal for at least 30 minutes. For this, they need a skilled hacker. While planning, Bricke learns another shocking truth. Kevin is actually the son of the Domino family boss, the same gangster family Bricke had robbed earlier. Bricke confronts Kevin, believing he only wants the money back. Kevin denies it and explains that he wants to prove to his father that he's capable of major work. Bricke asks Kevin, "When the API signal hit you, could you resist it? Could you move?" Kevin replies, "No, you can't stop the signal. If you try, you'll die. It locks your body instantly." Bricke had also experienced the early phase API signal years ago, which he barely escaped because the system was still in testing. But now the new API system was nearly ready. They had to complete the robbery before it fully launched. Next, we learn that Shelby is actually a highly skilled hacker. She has done hacking jobs for agencies like the FBI and RAW. She could jam the signal herself, They no longer needed another hacker. Meanwhile, Bricke and Shelby continue their affair. They spend more time together, and Bricke brings back his old friend Ross to join the heist team. They contact a bank manager they know and tell him they will deposit $35 million. Shelby helps Bricke print $5 million in high-quality fake notes for the plan. Soon, we learn that Shelby is actually an FBI agent. Her agency suspected Bricke was planning another big robbery. They kidnapped Shelby's sister and tortured her, forcing Shelby to work undercover. Shelby had to obey them in order to protect her sister. Bricke eventually discovers Shelby's secret. Next, Bricke goes with Kevin to meet Kevin's father. We learn that a group had attempted to kill Kevin earlier, sent by his own father. Their crime family was full of internal betrayal. Kevin's father shoots Kevin, injuring him. Kevin, in self-defense, kills his father with an axe. The father's security team attacks, but Bricke and Kevin escape through a secret door. During chaos, Kevin accidentally shoots his own sister. Bricke then goes to confront Shelby and tells her he knows everything. Shelby apologizes and explains she had no choice. Her sister was being tortured. Suddenly, members of the Domino family ambush Bricke. They torture him to learn Kevin's location. Shelby tries to intervene, telling them she is Kevin's fiancée. They take Shelby with them, hoping Kevin will show up to rescue her. We then learn the massive twist. France, the man Bricke tortured in the opening scene, survived the explosion. His entire body was burned, but he's alive and now working with the Domino family. France sets fire to the van. Bricke is locked in to kill him, but Ross arrives just in time. He kills France, rescues Bricke, and brings him out. From here, Bricke goes straight to rescue Shelby. Multiple gangster members attack him, but Bricke kills all of them. Shelby, meanwhile, had been drugged and assaulted. Bricke arrives and kills the man attacking her. Bricke and Shelby realize they truly love each other. Now, with only 24 hours left before the new API system permanently activates, they decide to execute the heist. Shelby's job is to enter the API tower using her FBI identity, seduce the tower moderator, and then tie him up at gunpoint to jam the signal for 30 minutes. Bricke and Kevin will enter the bank with the fake cash and execute the robbery. The final heist begins. Shelby infiltrates the API tower and disables the signal. Bricke hands the fake notes to the bank manager, who burns one bill and learns it's fake. Security opens fire on Bricke, but he escapes and reaches the vault. Kevin plants dynamite on the vault, causing a massive explosion. Bricke, Kevin, and Ross load cash into the truck. Ross reminds Bricke, "We have only 6 minutes left." API officers reboot the system early. The signal returns. Bricke and Ross freeze in place, unable to move as intense pain hits their heads. The shocking thing was that Kevin was moving freely even inside the API system. It looked like the signal wasn't affecting him at all. Kevin suddenly shoots Ross. Bricke, confused and shocked, asks him why he's doing this, but Kevin shoots Ross again, killing him. Bricke can't understand why Kevin is betraying them. Kevin finally reveals the truth. "Roy wasn't killed by the police. I killed him." He explains that inside the prison, the officers forced Roy and Kevin to fight each other. They wanted to test how two humans reacted inside the API system. During the fight, Roy was beating Kevin badly and was about to kill him. That's when the officers increased the intensity level of the API signal on Roy. Roy broke down under the overload. He couldn't control his body, and Kevin took advantage and killed him. Kevin knew if Bricke ever learned the truth, he would never work with him. So he lied and blamed the police to manipulate Bricke, to trigger Bricke's thirst for revenge and make him fully commit to the robbery. Kevin also explains how he learned to resist the API signal. Hearing all this, Bricke lifts his gun to kill Kevin, but Kevin shoots first. Bricke falls, severely injured. Kevin walks closer to finish him off, but Bricke starts laughing. Kevin is confused. Right then, API agents storm into the room and shoot Kevin dead. The agents walk up to Bricke and say, "We won't kill you. You're already dying. 2 bullets are enough." As they turn to leave, one agent smirks and says, Don't worry, I'll take good care of Shelby. Brick gets furious. With his last strength, he takes the poisonous neurodrug pills he bought earlier. The drug helps him regain movement temporarily. Brick picks up his gun and kills both agents on the spot. Meanwhile, Shelby has been captured by an officer. He asks what her role is in the robbery. He tries to help her, but she refuses to cooperate. She tricks him, attacks him, and during their struggle, the officer falls onto a sharp glass shard, killing him instantly. Shelby escapes the API tower. At the same time, Brick drives the money-filled truck straight toward the bank entrance. He plows through the officers, killing them, and rescues Shelby. Both of them manage to escape with the stolen money. They kiss and confess their love for each other. Now, Brick decides to escape to Canada. He speeds toward the border. Officers open heavy fire on his truck, but he doesn't stop. Somehow, he makes it through the border checkpoint. Shelby is overjoyed. She tells him, "I love you." But then she realizes Brick is dead. He had taken the toxic drug only to stay alive a little longer, long enough to save her. He dies inside the truck just moments after crossing into Canada. Shelby cries over his body, repeats, "I love you," and finally takes the truck full of money and leaves. In the next scene, Shelby is reunited with her sister. She managed to save her. Shelby spreads Brick's ashes in the water, and the movie ends. If you enjoyed the explanation, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because more movie breakdowns are coming soon. Take care and see you in the next one.